Hey, Paul Mueller here with 1851 Franchise. I'm here with Ben Chernow from Seniors Helping Seniors, a multi-unit franchisee outside of Washington, D.C. in the Maryland suburbs. How you doing today, Ben?
Doing good, Paul. Thanks so much for having me here.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time. I think the most natural place to begin would be to ask how you found yourself to Seniors Helping Seniors in the first place. What got you into franchising?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I used to be an attorney. I did commercial litigation. I decided that was not for me, and I left my legal career. I was kind of trying to figure out what's next. Kind of always had a desire for financial independence, self-sufficiency. So always been drawn to entrepreneurship. Didn't really have any hands-on business experience, so franchising seemed like a great compromise. Seniors Helping Seniors stood out to me almost immediately. I think they're really great, not only because it's a good business and not only because they genuinely do, help people, but I also think they've done a great job of kind of aligning their corporate values and the business and help create a model where, doing the right thing and genuinely helping people is what you can kind of build your business and grow your business on.
When you talk about not having any business experience and then but still wanting to be a business owner, you mentioned that franchising was obviously a great option for you. What was it about franchising, and in particular Seniors Helping Seniors, that really helped you in that transition and gave you the support that you needed?
Yeah, so part of it is just through franchising, you can kind of get your hands on a proven business model and something that works. Seniors Helping Seniors also, they have so much support for people like me who are new at this. I have a franchise coach who I speak with very regularly who has run a business like this and can kind of just help me with issues that I'm facing and talk through, different aspects and difficulties that I face.
Got it. And you also mentioned that Seniors Helping Seniors stood out to you right away. What was it about that brand? I mean, you talked a little bit about it already, but in terms of their value proposition and the fact that they actually provide, a meaningful service. But what was it about Seniors Helping Seniors specifically that really stood out to you?
Yeah, so Seniors Helping Seniors is a little bit different from the other agencies in the senior care industry. The primary difference is that they hire seniors. The caregivers are themselves seniors. And we really emphasize the companionship aspect of care, which really makes a difference and helps people. I was talking before about kind of value and business alignment. At the end of the day in this industry, the business is about reputation. If you have a good reputation, you're going to have a good business. If you want a good reputation, you need to do right by people. Even if it means kind of costing you some business in the short term. And so we really have this great system of, prioritizing genuine care and helping people and just trusting, but also knowing because of other franchisees and past businesses that this will lead to a successful business.
And why was it important to you to be a part of a franchise that provided a meaningful service? Like, what is it about either your upbringing or your background that made you really think that you wanted to do something that was meaningful?
Yeah, so I think the honest answer is having done commercial litigation, I was kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum there. And I guess I just wanted to, give back and do something that was meaningful and that people appreciate it rather than something that seemed to me to be kind of a waste of time and something that really didn't benefit anybody at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And we spoke a little bit before we jumped on this video, but you mentioned that you've only been in franchising for a couple of months now, so you're still very new. Obviously, a multi-unit owner. So you've got ambitions for growth as well. I'm interested, what have these first 2 months been like for you? Like, what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced, and what are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned?
Yeah, it's been chaotic. It's different change of pace. There's a learning curve here, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm trying to really identify when I make mistakes and then just do my best to learn from them. I'd say one of the bigger challenges is kind of just the time involved with a lot of this stuff. So, building relationships, with prospective clients and prospective referral sources, it just takes a lot of time, and there's no immediate reward or results or anything like that, and it's difficult to keep investing all that time and energy into doing these things that don't have immediate results, and to just trust that this is the right thing to be doing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's different. I'm sure it's different from obviously what you've done in the past in terms of, investing in your own business and seeing that benefit kind of down the line as you grow and as you scale.
Yeah, and so I mean, another big difference was when I practiced law. So I did litigation. I'd be involved in the courtroom. You file something, the judge makes a decision. There's a winner and a loser, and you go on to the next step. That's just not how this works. There's no arbiter. There's no winner. There's no loser. You kind of just have to figure things out and navigate for yourself.
Yeah, I'm interested, and maybe you don't know the answer because you haven't quite made that shift yet. But how do you make that mindset shift from that winner loser, black and white, cut and dry, to much more, much different in franchising, running a business?
Yeah, I'm still working on it. I definitely do have a little bit of it still where I'm trying to be the winner, even though, as we've been talking about, there isn't really a winner. It's kind of, everyone is pursuing their own business, and there's kind of varying degrees of, success and failure.
Have you had, once again, I know it's still pretty early, but have you had any milestones, even if they're just personal milestones, in your first couple of months that you're really proud of?
I am very proud of the team of caregivers that we put together. I think they're really great. I think they really embody kind of the values and characteristics that we're looking for, specifically, kindness and compassion and humility.
And what are some of the goals that you're working towards here in your first, let's call it, year or so of running your businesses?
Yeah, so I think one of my primary goals is to just become a kind of trusted resource for the community, and someone that people turn to when they're struggling with these issues and with the aging process and everything that is involved with that. That goes back to just helping people. I want to be in a position where people know who I am, know that they can trust me, and will come to me to help them with all these issues.
In your opinion, you talked about the benefits of franchising and the benefits of the support that you get as a business owner. What makes somebody a good fit for the franchise industry?
Yeah, I would say a big part of it is kind of just being open-minded and willing to try things that maybe don't seem like a good idea to you, but the franchisor, someone else suggests, and just willing to try it and see what happens. Because I will say I've been surprised by a lot of the things that have worked and a lot of things that I thought would work and just did not work. I would say another thing that's important is just kind of a perseverance and a willingness to cope with rejection. You're going to get a lot of no's, and you have to just keep going.
Yeah, that's interesting. In terms of, like you said, hearing those no's and whatnot, what does the day-to-day look like for you? How involved are you in things like sales and marketing versus actually, being on the ground and running your business?
Yes. So right now, I mean, other than the caregivers, it's just me. So all that's just me. So day to day is very different on a daily basis, which is one of the things I actually really like about doing this. Keeps on your toes a little bit. I mean, a lot of dealing with responding to emails, inquiries, phone calls, meeting with prospective clients, caregivers, a lot of job interviews, a lot of marketing type decisions, and doing finances, keeping accounting records, all that good stuff. A lot of networking too. You got to go to these events, meet people. That's a big part of it, and that takes up a lot of time.
Yeah. How different is that for you in relation to what you came from?
Yeah, I mean, networking is definitely important in the legal world, but as an associate, it's not so much important. An associate, you kind of are the ones who are doing the real work, while the partners are more the ones who are bringing in business. So it was something that was always on my radar, but not something that I was really actively doing.
Are there any particular challenges that you faced being a multi-unit franchisee as opposed to having come in and just opened one location?
It's a lot of space. I spend a lot more time driving around than I ever imagined that I would. I would say it's had benefits though. I mean, again, just being surprised by different things. I kind of thought that my business, specifically at the start, would primarily be generated in certain areas, and it's been the complete opposite. The areas that's kind of the least populated of all my territories is where I'm getting most of my clients and inquiries right now.
And how helpful has Seniors Helping Seniors been in getting you started and giving you that support that you said you needed as someone who didn't have a lot of business background?
Incredibly helpful. I mean, I couldn't say anything. Struggling to articulate this. I couldn't overstate how helpful they've been. They've been incredible at every level. Every single person involved has made themselves available, and they, are willing to answer my questions, help me with anything. I reached out the other day. I wanted to dig up an old ad that a prior franchisee had run, and we didn't find it. But I mean, they, talked to me and looked for the ad, and they've been just so great.
Yeah, that's great. I'm sure it's been a huge benefit and will continue to be a benefit as you kind of grow your business. I know it's early because like you said, you've only been doing this a couple of months now, but do you have any future plans for growth in terms of opening new territories?
Not right now. Kind of got my hands full. I already have multiple territories, as you said, really trying to grow the business in there. I'm actually hoping we get some other franchisees kind of in the nearby areas, because I would love to coordinate with them and kind of pool resources to do some bigger projects.
Gotcha. And I think the last thing is, again, I know it's only been a couple of months, but for instance, if I were a franchisee coming into franchising for the first time, what's some advice that you would give me?
Got to make sure you're surrounded by good people. So the Seniors Helping Seniors, I've been fortunate that everyone's really great and responsive and genuine and interested, invested in my success, and that's made all the difference so far. So I would say make sure that you are going with a franchise that is willing to support you, wants you to succeed, and makes the necessary resources available for that to happen.
That's great. That's really good advice. Well, thanks again for taking the time today, Ben. I don't know that I have anything else. Is there anything that we didn't discuss that you'd like to talk about?
No, thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, of course. And best of luck to you as you continue to grow your business.
Thank you. I appreciate that.